Hi everybody, my name is Annie and welcome to another vlog. I am a potter and author, and this time around you're gonna probably get a little bit of both. I have some mugs and stuff that need to be trimmed, and I will, have that in the video somewhere. And I'm also doing some editing. And I thought I was doing pretty good on the editing. I was getting where I needed to go. I was almost halfway through the book until I realized, going through my whole manuscript, that for whatever reason my Scrivener doc didn't completely get everything together to get all the chapters and stuff, and it left out a bunch of chapters. And so I thought it was weird that it was saying that I had 6,000 or 60,000 words, because I was pretty sure I wrote more than that. And so I was going through the document and then realized that it had the chapter headings, but it had like no words. I don't know exactly what happened, but just so you know, it is in my Scrivener doc, but what I was trying to do was move it to Word to do the edits, because it's a little easier to kind of see the big picture, to kind of like change the chapters and work with it and split them apart and like do a little bit more of like the formatting, but also just kind of reworking things because so much of the book needed to get reworked. So I decided to put it in Word so I could kind of have that like overall big picture view instead of, scene by scene like is on Scrivener for the most part. So I, had it do a file, make a Word doc, only it just left out like a bunch of chapters, and it ended up being like 20,000 words to just weren't in the book. So here I thought I was doing pretty good for like being on the midpoint and getting almost done with the midpoint and still having a couple weeks left in April. And now I realized that I am 20,000 words like more behind than I thought I was. So that kind of changes how I want to do things. I was trying really, really hard to get this book done by the end of April, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I also ran into a problem like pottery wise, and then it's weird to say problem because it's not really. It's good that my stuff is selling, but my stuff is selling. I sold a bunch of from here all of a sudden, which was weird. Not that I don't sell there, but like it was like, oh, you've sold like 5 of your pieces, all of a sudden. And so now it's like, oh crap, I've gotta like make more pottery, and like usually it's like I'll sell one piece or a couple, piece here, piece there. Like it's not usually all the time or all at once. And so that was kind of like, oh no. And then I also found out that not only did I sell a bunch from here, I also sold a bunch from Scale House. So now they don't have enough when I just restocked, which is good. It's a good problem to have. It's just like, here I thought I was going to have time in April to do edits and kind of focus on edits. And not so much. So I think what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna have to push back the beta reading. So I'll probably still have like people sign up in May. I'm probably just not going to get them the book until closer to June. Yeah, or like halfway through May. Also, if you hear a cat, I adopted a cat over this weekend. I went to a Get Lit festival around here. It's a literary festival, Get Lit. It's anyways. And I just found a cat and fell in love with him and couldn't say no. And so now I have a cat. And his name is Oswald, and they said that he's a ragdoll. He definitely has some of those ragdoll tendencies. I don't know if maybe he's like part ragdoll and something else. And so he's a big cat, like for being 6 months old. He's about the size of a regular cat. But anyways, so I have a cat. If you hear him in the background, that's who that is. It's been about a year since I've had a creature of some sort in the background of my videos. So I just figured I'd warn you. But anyways, so like stuff is just kind of like happening all at once, and I'm struggling to like stay ahead and find the balance and do both the writing and the pottery. And so yeah, so it's hard for me too, because I want to be able to give a month for my beta readers, because it is a bigger book than the first one was. The first one was about a little over 60,000 words, and when I gave it to them, it was less than that. I think it was only 50,000. And for the first rough draft to have them read through, the beta readers. This one is definitely 80, and the more I edit, the more I'm adding, really. I mean, I am taking things out, but I'm also adding quite a bit, so it probably will end up being more than 80, and I want to make sure to give them as much time as I can. But then I also know that I've got that August kind of due date in the background. So I need to try to figure out like how to give them the time they need, but also give me the time I need. To like, if let's say like a whole chapter needs to be scrapped and rewritten or something, like I need to give myself that time. So yeah, I think though, if I can get it to them like towards the end of May, and then give them maybe like 3 weeks instead of like 4 like I was planning on, which is still a decent amount of time to get a book read and kind of looked through and stuff. I'm thinking if I manage that should give me enough time to, have to edit to get that final copy. The other thing I could think of is talking to my editor and seeing whether or not she would be willing to like push the date. Yeah, I'm not sure. That one's still kind of like, I'd rather not do that if I can help it. Because she doesn't really have any openings in September, October, and November. So we're really looking at like December probably, if she even does any work in December. I don't know. I know I normally take December's off, so I won't this year, but in general, I usually take December's off so I can kind of see like other people doing that. So then it's like January, I don't know. So I'm kind of hesitant to do that because I do want to make sure this book comes out relatively like, within either this year or like early next year. And so, yeah, I'm still trying to like figure out how to get it all to work. So today what I was doing was finding those 20,000 words that I couldn't find and putting them in the Word doc so that I have them. And I got all that taken care of. And then I was doing a bunch of trimming and stuff, doing a bunch of pottery this week. Tomorrow I have my shift at From Here, which will allow me to get some more of the pottery done to get the mugs and their handles and things. And these mugs are going to be ones that go to From Here in Scale House because I don't have any at those places anymore. So that's kind of where these ones are going. But then I'm like, I need to make more so that if something like that happens again, I'll have backup to send both to Scale House and From Here. So then it's like, and I was going to try to work on Eyes of Pewter's pottery collection. That's the next collection I'm trying to work on. I've launched the Throwback Fairy Tale collection. That one's up. I have some pieces still available on my website and Etsy and stuff. And so like I still have all that, but like hi, hello. But I wanted to start the Eyes of Pewter. Like, I've been meaning to make a collection based off of my own book. That's kind of been my goal all along. Like, doing the writing and the pottery and stuff together is finally have them merge and have a collection based off of my own book. And I have sketches and ideas that I like more than I have in the past. So I think I'm kind of finally ready to get that ball rolling. But now I've got all this other stuff to, like, try to keep Scale House and From Here stocked. Which is good. It's a good thing. I'm not complaining. It's just a little bit of like trying to find that balance. I'm not used to selling things this early in the year. Like usually it's like summer, fall, like that's when my pottery like has its day, right? So like selling a ton in the winterish, springish area, I just wasn't expecting. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I did talk at you for a lot, but I had to give you an update. It's been crazy. So yeah, I'm probably going to, I don't know. I think what I'm gonna have to do is like sit down and work it out. Like, how am I gonna get all this to work as far as the book goes and pottery? And I'll admit I'm feeling a little overwhelmed at this point. But yeah, maybe if I just spend some time like in my thinking journal, scribbling, doing things, I'll figure out what I need to do. Maybe, hopefully. That's all. Can't do this if you're playing with it. Yeah. You have your own stick to play with over there. Hello everyone. So it's Thursday. I probably showed you videos of what I got done at From Here. I mostly did a lot of mugs, carving, painting, things like that. Stuff that I need to make to restock Scale House and From Here. I did give From Here a couple of mugs, but I really need, I need to get these done so that I can get them to From Here and Scale House, and I also need to make some more. You know, it's a good problem to have, but I'm just having a hard time staying stocked. And so today I also was kind of working on those mugs, finishing up the carving, getting them all ready. They're all drying now, so I can bisque fire them soon. I have all of my bump cups in my smaller kiln to bisque fire tomorrow. So then, you know, I can glaze them and glaze fire them and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at with the pottery. I don't know, I'm running into the problem of just not having enough time for everything. And then, you know, I did sit down, I did try to like work out what I needed to do, how to get more editing done and more writing done. I think I have a plan. It's just things keep happening to make that plan not work, right? Like, because the thing is that I was kind of trying to figure out like when would be the best time to write, because a lot of times I lose steam and motivation like as I hit the afternoon. And so I was thinking if I just write first thing in the morning and kind of leave tasks that don't need a lot of brain power till later in the afternoon when I'm getting tired. It might work a little better, but then, I had an appointment, and then I had a From Here shift, and today I have a special project I'm working on. It's on my Patreon. My patrons know about it. It's just the project that will never end. I really want to be done with it, and it just keeps going, and I have to keep doing work on it, and so I don't know. That's what happened this morning. And it's kind of a big ordeal to do it. Like, I have to wear gloves, and I have to be very careful with how I do it, and it takes me hours, and I don't know, it's just things keep getting in the way, and I find it so frustrating that I can't be better about it, that I made a plan, but I can't even enact the plan yet. So, yeah, I think I should be able to enact the plan tomorrow. I have the bisque fire to run, but oh no, maybe I don't. I might have another appointment I have to do. I don't know. That one's kind of I might be able to enact the plan tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe I should just call this week a wash and try again next week. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. There's just so much going on, and it's hard to fit work into it. Especially the writing, the editing. The editing has been so hard to fit into everything. And, I was looking at it. I found my other 20,000 words that I was missing. And I put those in the Word document, and I kind of, divided the pages by half to see where I should be at this moment. And I'm so behind. I'm only on page 85, and I should be on page 130 for my edits. Yeah, so yeah, editing is not going to be done by the end of May. It's just there's no way I can get it done by the end of May. And I think I just kind of have to come to terms with the fact that it's not going to get done by the end of May. Even if I really pushed myself next week and kind of all I was doing was editing, which I know is not going to be possible because I need to get mugs done for Scalehouse and From Here, right? Yeah. It wouldn't be enough time even if I did just do writing and kind of set pottery aside. It wouldn't be enough time to finish everything. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to probably take another month to do the edits. It's just so hard because I wanted to get it to my beta readers May, and then them have all of May to read it, and then get it back in June and have June and July to do the edits and the feedback and stuff on it, and then have as close to the final draft as I can by August. But it's just not looking like that's going to happen. And herein lies the issue that I have. I'm struggling with the balance of everything. It's hard to find time for the pottery, to find time for the writing, and even if I do find time for both of those things, then, real life comes in and is hey, wait, these things need to be priority, and you don't have any time for those things. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know, I might just have to go to my editor and be can we push out the date? Because I don't think if I got it done in May, gave it to my beta readers in June, I gave them June, I don't think July would be enough time. I don't think 1 month would be enough time to do all of the beta reader feedback and stuff. Especially to like have like a final draft to give to the copy editor. Like, that's not gonna work. Yeah. I don't know. It might just be I have to get back to the copy. I don't know. Oh. It's not all bad. Like, I am really glad that I'm selling so well at From Here and at Scale House. Like, that is really good. I just wasn't, I guess I was just expecting to have more time to write and edit and stuff than I have right now. And yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where we're at. And so the rest of today, because I was working on the special project and finishing up the mugs today, I think the rest of today I'm gonna try to get some editing done. But you know, I only have like an hour, I think, so I'm not sure how much will actually get done, but I'll try. I think though that this is gonna have to be the end of the vlog so that I can edit this tomorrow, because I also have to do a bunch of throwing pottery tomorrow. So in order to like have time for both, this video pretty much needs to be done tomorrow so I can just get started on it. Yeah, I don't know. I wish there was a happier ending to this vlog. Like, this is not how I'd like to end the vlog, but I guess it's just gonna have to be the way it is. And hopefully next week I'll figure out all my problems and I will have a plan and I will update you, and maybe I won't be so frustrated with the lack of ability to get things done. I don't know. I hope so. Anyways, I want to thank you all for watching, and if you've made it this far, I'm really surprised, because this week was not a good one. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.